guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here with another tips and tricks video, but tonight we're actually going to talk about Disney Cruise Line. That's right, I am headed on the Disney Wish very soon. So I am currently in packing mode. I've got all of my stuff out here and I'm getting ready to pack the suitcase for the Disney Wish. So I thought I would do a video for you guys on my top 20 items and things to consider packing for a cruise. A lot of these items are great for all cruises, but some items are a little Disney specific. But if you are embarking on a cruise very soon, or just interested what one would pack when cruising, this video is for you. But like I said, 20 items, so let's get started. First thing, the biggest key when packing for a cruise is pack less. Get out all the stuff you think you need to pack and then put half of it away. People love to overpack for cruises. They've got a breakfast outfit, a lunch outfit, an excursion outfit, an evening outfit. You don't need all those outfits. So whatever you've got going on, put half of it back in your closet. That is tip number one. But these items I have here spread out on the table are items outside of the usual things you should indeed packing. You know, I'm not going to talk about sunglasses or sunscreens or sun hats or your swim clothes or anything like that. We're going to go above and beyond and just talk about cruise specific items. You guys ready? Let's get started. First thing, of course, is a refillable water. Now this is kind of in general for all cruises, but Disney has unlimited, that's right, unlimited refills on things like coffee, tea, soda, and even water. So to prevent you from going up and down the stairs all the time or in and out of cabanas or whatever, you know, the buffet area is, pack yourself a reusable water bottle. Load it up with your coffee, your tea, your water, whatever you want. That way, when you're sitting poolside, you don't have to keep getting up and down. You especially don't want to lose that coveted pool chair, right? I absolutely love these bigger water bottles, especially when I'm on the pool deck. I can fill it halfway with ice, the rest with soda or water. It's gonna stay cold for a really long time, and I'm gonna be able to enjoy poolside a little bit longer than, say, someone else. Now, Disney Cruise does have water cups for you to refill if you want, and that's great, but they're tiny. So key is to bring, you know, larger so that you can sit and chill longer. The reason I like this one is so you can get coffee and bring it back to your room. So if you go down to Cabanas, if that's what your ship has, Cabanas is like their buffet area. If you go to Cabanas early in the morning and you're grabbing like a muffin and a donut and a bagel, fill yourself up with coffee, go back to your room, get ready for the day, and then go back to Cabanas and have your actual breakfast, you know, your pancakes and your waffles or whatever you want. So yes, reusable cups are key. Also note, the ships right now, paper straws. Now, many people hate the paper straws, and note, some people are allergic to the paper straws because depending on what brand of the paper straws, they could have gluten in them or even corn. So, tip, go ahead and bring your reusable straws with you as well. We've got metal and silicone here. Don't forget the little scrubber brush to keep clean, you know, to keep them clean and get out any of those particles. So yes, tip number one, reusable water, coffee, tea cup. Next on the list is motion sickness. Now, if you know anything about me, I get motion sick pretty much in general, in a car, in an elevator, at the theme park. So you would know, yes, I get motion sickness on the Disney cruises. In fact, I have a super duper old video exclusively just on motion sickness where I give you all my tips and tricks. But in general, you just don't want to forget a few items just in case you are someone who gets sick. First of all, you want to go to the doctor and you want to ask for I'm going to say it wrong, a scopamine patch. Is that how you properly say it? Probably not. It's known as the seasickness patch. And you actually get it. They last about 3 days. You put it behind your ear and it's supposed to help prevent seasickness. Now, I can 100% say it works for me. I have tried everything, Dramamine, bone mine, the little wrist bracelet thing. Nothing has ever worked. This works for me. So go ahead to your doctor ahead of time because you don't know if you're gonna get seasick, or maybe you already know if you do, and go ahead and get that patch. You wanna put it on before you cruise. That's right, either the night before or the morning of, before you get on that boat, go ahead and pop on one of your patches. The other thing to note is Dramamine. Now again, this is the kids version, but you want to be prepared. Now, usually on Disney Cruise, you can go down to guest services and they will have Dramamine for you, but they don't usually have the kids edition. So make sure if you're bringing kiddos along, you plan ahead and get the chewable kids Dramamine. Also, I note that sometimes just sucking candy or peppermint or chewing gum can be helpful for those with motion sickness. So again, I pack my gum in my little travel smidget here, or even just pop a couple of peppermints in your bag as a just in case. Now, are you guys listening? I'm gonna give you a Nina exclusive tip. I learned this on my very first cruise. I have cruised a lot. And my first cruise, although I had the patch and everything else, I still got a little sick. And it was troubling to me. So I went and talked to a cast member whose name I totally forgot. By the way, she was amazing, as most cast members are. She told me a little secret and I'm gonna share it with you guys. The trick is to eat a green apple, I mean like Granny Smith, crunchy green apple, every day of your trip. Something about the acid in the apple and how it works with your system and your stomach will help prevent motion sickness. I can 100% say Nina, who has extreme motion sickness with everything everywhere, between wearing the patch and eating an apple daily, I have had 0 motion sickness. This is me traveling during hurricane season. This is me traveling on a ship when a hurricane was approaching. The ship had to relocate, but you could still feel like the movement in the water. This is me at rough seas where they actually had to put vomit bags up and down all the places within the ship. That was a Royal Caribbean cruise, by the way. They had vomit bags everywhere. I was safe. Knock on wood. I need to continue to be safe, but that is my secret. Get the scopamine patch, or however you say this, ahead of time, and a Granny Smith apple. I do it to the point where I order apples or pack them with me ahead of time. I eat them up to 2 days before my cruise, and then I make sure every day when I go and I see a cast member that morning at Cabanas, I ask for another apple. I will actually ask them to cut it up for me, wrap it in cellophane, and I put it in my refrigerator in my room. And then throughout the day, I'm snacking on apple. And if you can't eat apple because you don't like the flavor, then pack yourself some peanut butter or eat it with cheese, whatever you need to do. But yes, apples, that is the key. You heard it from me. Shh, can be our little secret, guys. Next thing up, pirate night, woohoo! Love my little outfit. I actually made these mouse ears myself using the pirate night bandana that they do pass out. It's hard to see, but I've got my pirate t-shirt on and my super tiny little pirate vest. The pirate vest came from the dollar store during Halloween season. So make sure during Halloween season, you pick up a few of those extra pirate accessories so that you are all set for pirate night. Now, pirate night, some people go above and beyond. Crazy cosplay. I think I'm Jack Sparrow above and beyond, and it's mind-blowing, and I love it. Those people who do it, you are my favorite. Then there's people like me who are just trying to fit in, just trying to get it done, right? And then there's people who totally forget and do nothing. But either way, most Disney cruises, I think all of them pretty much, have a pirate night. So go ahead and prepare for pirate night with a few little extra accessories ahead of time. Now, along with pirate night, there's something called formal night or semi-formal night. This is when people get into trouble with the packing too much. Me, I pack a dress that can be used for both. No, this doesn't mean I'm wearing the same dress 2 nights in a row, but I think of things that are easy to pack. You know, you will see people in like wedding gear. You will see people with their prom dress on. It's a little much for me. I think they look great. They're probably there to get some amazing photos. Nina, not so much. I want to be comfortable. So I have this dress here. It's very simple. It did come from Amazon. It's a black and white striped dress. It's just simple, this is a double duty dress, right? So I actually can wear this over my swimsuit as a cover up. I can wear it as like a springtime summer dress with bike shorts underneath. Or I can pair it with a cute little cardigan. Mine is actually Disney. It has a castle on it, although it's hard to see. Put a belt around the waist, put on a chunky necklace, and you've got yourself semi-formal-ish dressy attire. But I could multi-use this dress. So after I've used it for formal night, I can use it the next day as my bathing suit cover up. Or 2 days later, I can wear it on my excursion to the Caribbean or Nassau or wherever the heck I am. So try to pick things that are multi-purpose to cut down on all the packing. Make sense? All right, next thing up, I showed it to you, but inside the dinner areas, the restaurants, not quite restaurants, the like dining areas, I'm having a brain fart, forget what they're called, where you eat dinner. And the movie theaters and even the show theaters can get chilly in the evening. So you definitely want to pack a lightweight sweater. Some people go from their formal night attire to the theater, in which case you want to make sure your attire comes with a little cute little cardigan, something lightweight that you can wear. So again, you wear your formal dress, you put on the little sweater while you eat, and then you can go to the theater with the same sweater to cut back on a little bit of the intense air conditioning that can be aboard the ship. So yes, don't forget a little lightweight sweater. I like to pack one that also matches my so-called formal wear. Makes sense? Next thing up, again, I touched on it a little bit. Now this is huge. A bathing suit cover-up. People will wear these pretty much exclusively the whole time outside of actually eating dinner. The first thing they do when they wake up is put on their bathing suit and their cover-up. They'll go have breakfast in their cover-up. They'll have lunch in their cover-up. They'll go on excursions in their cover-up. And a lot of people don't always remember to pack a cover-up. So this is mine right here. I just have a little simple dress, again from Amazon. It's got a little neckline with some lace, so it looks a little nicer. It's got a nice wide bottom here, so I can get nice and comfy. It's got a slit on the side. It's extremely breezy. It looks good with my black, bikini top underneath. And yes, this is what people wear pretty much exclusively. So 1, 2, 3, however many you have, pack them because they're usually lightweight and easy to pack. This is what most people will wear on the cruise. You will see people go from the pool to bingo to cabanas, back to the pool, all in their cover-up. So there's no fancy really outfits outside of dinner. You want to look nice at dinner, especially if you book something like Palo or Remy. So yeah, don't forget those items. Next thing up, something I like to call excursion shoes. So first of all, you want to bring some shoes that are good on the deck, which are also good on the sand, which is good in the beach, which is good at Castaway Cay. Why? Beach, sand, pool deck, all equal hot on your feet. So walking around barefoot isn't always comfortable. So first thing you want to pack is a nice pair of flip-flops or sandals or something like this. These are Chacos, which have a sneaker on the bottom, but they're nice, lightweight, and strappy little sandals on the top, which means I can easily go from pool deck to pool to cabanas to the beach to the sand and not burn my little toesies. But you have to be careful because some of the excursions you will book through Port Adventures require that you wear shoes that cover your toes, in which case these would not be appropriate, right? So this is where I come with my excursion shoes. These are waterproof sneakers. I'm gonna try these out for the first time. I'm going on 2 cruises this year, but they have a sneaker sole. They're waterproof top with the little I don't know what you call these things, but I can secure it on my foot and my toe is indeed covered because we are going on a few waterfall excursions, rainforest excursions, where we're walking through a cave, we're doing all these things, and covering our toes is required. So make sure you check out those requirements. So I 100% suggest you get something for the pool deck, something lightweight and easy like a flip-flop, and then something for the more adventurous excursions. I can easily wear these on Castaway Cay and go from sand to beach to Cookies too, where I'm gonna get lunch, to kayaking, to snorkeling, all in the same shoe. So this makes life a little bit easier. So you want to think of those kinds of things. Next thing up is a passport case. I like to have one area where I keep all of my stuff. So this is a passport case. Yes, all of these items are up on my Amazon influencer site, which I will put up if you're interested in any of these things. But this passport case is RFID protected, which is awesome. And inside, it has my passport, right? It has a couple areas here for you to store stuff. So I can put my passport here. I've got some cards here for my ID or some cash or credit card. I can put my vaccine card in here, whatever you want. But you just want a nice secure spot to house that passport and any other important documents that you might need. Next thing up is what I like to call a charging port. Usually on the ships, I don't know about the Wish because it's new, but typically inside your stateroom, there are not a lot of outlets. And with the world today, we are all about outlets. Everything we have pretty much needs to charge. All of our phones and tablets and things, everything needs to be hooked up to some form of outlet. But most cruises have some serious rules about packing surge protectors, extension cords, and all that stuff. So if you're headed on a Disney cruise, make sure you check the know before you go area to see what will be allowed. Same thing with other cruise lines. But this is what I like to bring. Sometimes they confiscate it, like 1 out of 10 cruises, they'll take it away from me. But usually it works. It's like a little charging port that is not a surge protector, and it doesn't have an extension cord. This is also on my site, but basically I will plug it in, right? It's got 3 areas to charge plus some USBs. So I can charge 6 different things in this one thing. These are important. Also, depending on what country you are from and where you are going, you might want to get an international port exchange thing. I forget what they're technically called, but it's basically so you can charge different things that have different ports in the same outlet. So you definitely want to look into that for your charging capabilities. All right, so the next thing is pretty big on cruises, and I do notice a lot of people don't bring them because I think they don't know. But cruises, it's really, really big to bring a lanyard with a clear ID pocket. Why? Pretty much all cruises, at least pre-COVID, this will be my first time going since COVID, is you get a room key that you need for everything, to go inside your room, to show identification, to do something. You're always carrying around your room key. So it is often, it's pretty popular to wear a lanyard where you put your room key here in the clear ID. I also like to pack a little lanyard like change purse thing, where I can store a credit card, a few extra dollars in case I want to tip a bartender, right? And other things like that. This will even fit like my chapstick. I also have a special chapstick holder that I also keep on my lanyard, and I get that this is too much stuff to wear on your lanyard, so I will probably edit some of this stuff depending on what I'm doing. But yes, having a lanyard with a clear ID area is very common on cruises, so don't forget that. All right, so for those of you going on excursions or you're going snorkeling or you're going to the beach, you might want to get a clear pouch for your cell phone. This way, if water does splash on your cell phone, you can keep it nice and safe. Most of them on the market, you can actually take pictures from them as well. So any form of water activity, or perhaps you're going on an excursion, you don't want to carry a big backpack, but you want to carry your cell phone. You can actually put a cell phone in here, your ID in here, and you can actually tuck it underneath your shirt and no one even has to see it. So make sure you guys research a clear waterproof phone case bag lanyard thing, whatever you want to call it. And in case you want an actual water camera, if putting your phone in that pouch isn't good enough for you, because it's not for me, consider getting a waterproof camera. I just bought this, guys. This will be going with me on the Wish. It'll be my first time using a GoPro. That's right, I got the new GoPro 10 and all the accessories, so we will be going snorkeling, trying out the water slide, and all those cool adventure-like things. And then when I cruise again next month, it'll go with me on all of my excursions when I go and investigate caves and waterfalls and all those great things. So think about waterproof things as well. Between the beaches and the excursions and the pool, waterproof is kind of important. Next up is kind of common for cruises too, is a dry erase board. You will see these all over the ships, especially Disney Cruise Line. Their ships, their doors are magnetic. So if you get a dry erase board, which has a magnetic strip on the back, you can leave notes on it. You know, Dad at the pool, or meet me at Cabanas, went out on deck, you know, deck 5, chilling out on deck 5, whatever you want to write. So if you divide and conquer, you have a way to communicate with each other that's not through the app. The same thing goes if you just want to get a notepad and a pen. My notepad also has a magnetic strip on it, and you can affix this to the door, and then that way people can leave you notes as well. But basically, any way to leave notes to your other stateroom mates is important. Again, you can do this, at least at Disney Cruise Line, you can do this on the app, but not everyone wants to use a phone. What if you have kids who don't have a phone? So this is your way to communicate with each other, because they no longer have the wave phones, which were these phones that everyone could use aboard Disney Cruise Line. They got rid of those. So this is a different way to communicate with each other so that you can tell everyone where you are. All right, another tip, I don't actually have it in front of me, but it's to consider bringing cases of water, beer, or wine with you on the ship. A lot of people don't know that you can do this. Again, look at the know before you go area of the cruise line webpage, but typically you can bring bottles of water with you aboard the ship. Why would you want to do that? A, to take on excursions, to take with you to Castaway Cay, and B, the water aboard the ship, although yummy, does contain some electrolytes and some sodium, right, to keep you guys nice and healthy. But a lot of people kind of bloat with that type of water. So I personally like to bring my own spring water, so I know I'm not dealing with any extra like smart water and things in my water that might cause me to get some swelling in my legs. The other thing is wine. Of course, you can order wine aboard the ship, or I think it's 2 per person. You can bring 2 bottles of wine per person aboard the ship. That way you can have your own little drinky in your room. Just don't forget to bring, the bottle or opener, the corkscrew opener. The same thing with beer. I think it's 6 bottles of beer per person. Again, check out Know Before You Go. So you can also bring your own little 6-pack with you aboard the cruise, which just saves you a few dollars from paying for it at the bar. Next thing is make sure you guys save extra space in your suitcase. I don't think people realize how many souvenirs they end up buying until it's too late. So something I like to pack is this tote bag. I actually will fill this up with our cases of water, 6-pack of beer, our wine, whatever, take it aboard the ship. Then we drink the beer, the wine, the water, whatever, and then I end up with just an empty bag that I can use for all of my souvenirs. And then when I fly home, it's just an extra carry-on. And it folds up, folds up nice and flat like a giant tote. So it has double purpose. It helps carry my, my liquids, which I have to carry on the ship, and then I use it for souvenirs later. Most tote bags will do this purpose. I just happen to use that one, which I got from Shop Disney. Next thing up is what I like to call excursion snacks. These are especially key for little kiddos. Now, most ports, not all, you do have to double check, will allow you to bring a few snacks off and on the ship. Usually you can't bring anything like nuts or fruit, but you can bring stuff like granola bars. So I personally love to pack extra granola bars and snacks on the cruise. While we're on the ship, we don't need them because food is everywhere. But if we're going on an excursion, to Grand Cayman or the Virgin Islands or Jamaica or wherever the heck we're going, the kids tend to get hungry, so I make sure I pack them a few extra snacks to pack in their bags for later. So yes, excursion snacks. Don't forget about those. Cash. So usually on Disney Cruise, you can go ahead and add, what you want to tip on the receipt, or you can tip, whoever later, and you can go to guest services and you can add it and charge it to your room, whatever. But in general, most people still accept cash, especially if you're going on excursions. So make sure you guys bring a hefty amount of cash with you, a lot of 1s and 5s. Room service is usually complimentary and free. There's a lot of things you can get on room service, Mickey's Premium Ice Cream Bar, for example, but then when they come, you gotta tip them. So make sure you bring those extra 1s and 5s. I usually slip in a few 10s and 20s because you never know. I actually put it in a special envelope labeled for tips, and I actually will dedicate, this is how much I'll probably give my porter, the person who holds my suitcases. This is how much I'll probably give the bus driver. I might call room service 3 to 5 times. I'll probably tip them $2 to $5 each, depending on what they bring, and just kind of list it out so you make sure you're bringing the appropriate amount of cash. So in most situations, yes, you can pre-tip, or you can go to guest services and add it to your room charges. But then there's other situations where, some like room service, where you want to have cash on hand. So yes, don't forget cash for tipping, also for excursions. If you go off on an excursion, you might be able to charge your credit card. They might charge you a fee, or you can bring a couple of 20s with you so you can have a nice souvenir. Next thing up is a beach bag. That's right. Most cruises go to some form of beach or private island. Disney goes to Castaway Cay, their private island, which is filled with, you guessed it, sand. And even if you're an adult only, it is kind of nice to bring with you a beach bag that will hold your water and your extra shoes and, your snacks or whatever you want to bring with you, another cover up. I don't really know. So it's nice to have a beach bag. This is mine. Mine is a little large, but that's because I also have kids, and we will fill this with sand toys as well. But what I love specifically about this beach bag is it has these mesh holes, which allows the sand to kind of fall out and shake out. So I'm not bringing all this sand back with me on the ship. But yes, consider a beach bag that has all these pockets for your things, towels, lots of reasons why you would want to carry stuff on a cruise. And again, if you have kiddies, don't forget your beach toys. We go to the dollar store before we go. We get all the shovels and the things. We put them in the suitcase. Sometimes you can just leave them on the beach for the next family, or you can take them back home with you. One thing I absolutely love is a collapsible bucket. You can get these on Amazon, but they work great for water and sand. So if your kiddo is going to the ocean to get water, to make a sand castle or something, they can carry water in this bucket. You can fill it with sand. You can even use it to make little castle, mountains. They're not called mountains. What are those things called on castles? Turrets? I don't even know. But anyway, it collapses then flat to fit in your suitcase. So yes, don't forget about the kiddos at the beach. Most of them will want shovels, buckets, any form of toys. Get those at the dollar store, and then if you just leave them there, great, or bring them back home with you. But even me, I put them in this like lingerie bag, and all the sand kind of shakes out through the holes. So just something to consider when going to play with some sand. Next thing up, I kind of touched upon it, but I want to make sure I sink it in. Right now, 100% to go on a Disney cruise, if you are ages 5 or older, you 100% need to be vaccinated. Your vaccination card is something you will load up on the site ahead of time, but just in case, it's helpful to bring it with you. I have mine in kind of a clear lanyard little pocket. I go ahead and I put it inside my passport case to keep everything in one spot, but please don't forget your vaccination card. A lot of times just being able to upload it on the site is good enough, but just in case you go to a port and they demand to see your vaccination card, you just want to bring it with you. The same respects comes for the COVID tests. Right now, again, check the know before you go, it will change. Right now you have the option to test before you get on the ship up to 2 days before for a negative COVID test. Obviously, you would then need to prove the negative test, or you can test at the port. Some of these situations involve you ordering the test in advance and then doing an online system where they watch you take the test to approve you. So whatever situation you are doing, make sure you get that COVID test and you upload it appropriately so that you can cruise. You don't want anything holding you back, especially if you're negative. Like, there's no reason to hold you back. So just, again, look at Know Before You Go and follow all those protocols. Next thing you want to consider are things like flashlights, night lights, or glow sticks. Why? Well, especially if you're walking on a deck late at night, it is kind of helpful to have a little travel size flashlight with you. Of course, don't shine this in anyone's eye. Same thing goes if it's late at night and you're in the stateroom and you have to use the restroom. You're not used to the stateroom, especially if you're a kiddo, and you might just run and bump into stuff. So having a little nightlight by your bed that you can turn on is super handy. Same with plugging in a nightlight. But the issue with plugging in a nightlight is you just used up probably the one and only plug or the one and only outlet that you have in your room. But go ahead and pack it anyway. You can stick it in the bathroom or the hallway. The other option is to get glow sticks. You can actually break the glow sticks, stick them in the bathroom, hang them on the curtain rod so that you have lighting in the bathroom without it being the bright turn on light. Next up is something I notice people forget. I forgot it on my first cruise. Never again will I forget to pack aloe. The sun, depending on where you're going, is so hot and you can get burnt pretty quickly. Our first time on Castaway Cay, I'm pretty sure we all turned into lobsters. We could barely walk on the ship, and the first thing I wanted to do was get some aloe, which of course I forgot to pack. I go down to the ship store, sold out. I went down to guest services, sold out. I went down to Medic and they were able to sell me their last bottle for, get this, $8.50. That's right. So please don't forget to pack a little bottle of aloe with you. In fact, I keep mine in the refrigerator. So should you accidentally get burnt, it feels nice and cool when you put it on your skin. So yes, that is what aloe is for. In case you got a little too red and crispy, you can kind of soothe your skin with some aloe. The same thing comes with bug spray. Certain type of people get really sensitive to bug bites, certain types of year, certain ports that you go to. You might experience those bugs, those mosquitoes, and I think they're called the no-see-ums. I might be saying that wrong as well. So you just want to make sure you protect yourself with your bug spray. Make sure, of course, it's all reef safe and safe for the environment and the ocean. Last thing on my list, which is kind of weird, and to be honest, I forget why I pack this. I do pack it on all of my cruises, and of course, when I go on the Wish, I might remember why. But I always pack a pump of hand soap. I would never pack anything this big. I would just get the cheap, like 99-cent little hand soap, and you put it in the bathroom. I forget why I do this. I don't know if it's because all they have is the bar soap and it goes by quickly, but either way, I remember it being so handy to have a pump of soap in the bathroom so that everyone can use it, and it's really convenient to pump rather than using the bar soap. Also, the other thing you want to pack are clothespins. Super duper easy, dollar store clothespins. Why? Well, you can use them to hang up your bathing suit in the shower. You know, that shower cord that you can pull apart, pull across in the shower. You can wrap your bathing suit around it and clothespin your suit up so they can dry. Worst thing you want to do is have to put on a wet suit the very next day. So anything you did indeed get wet that needs a little drying, you can go ahead and clothespin them up. You can do the same thing with like pool chair clips. These are mine. Most people use these for towels, right? Makes sense. You also can put them on if you have a balcony, right? If you have a veranda, you can put clothes out on your veranda, and you can, you know, pin them to your chair as another way to dry something that you need to dry. So yes, this is my collection of my top 20 things that I personally will be packing on my Disney cruise on the Disney Wish. And I do have one bonus here specifically for Disney Cruise Line, and that is to pack magnets. Special, cute, adorable magnets to decorate your stateroom door. Why? because it's magnetic. And you'll see a lot of people decorating with their names on their door, or how many cruises they've been on, or just little characters everywhere, maybe a happy birthday or happy anniversary on their stateroom door. Usually I just print out a picture on my computer, I will laminate it, and then I just tape a magnetic strip on the back of it, and then I can put it on my stateroom door as a little form of decoration. Same thing with fish extenders. Fish extenders is a special thing that happens on each particular cruise. You do have to join your cruise group on Facebook and then get involved with fish extenders, which is basically you exchanging little gifts to each and every person in your groups, usually up to about 10 people. So you would make a little gift and you would walk around to the ship and you would give everyone a little special gift. They would give you a gift. So basically you give 10 people a gift, you receive 10 little gifts as a way to kind of add a little magic to your cruise. Those are called fish extenders. Look them up in your cruise planning page on Facebook. But yes, these are Disney exclusive things that do indeed happen. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's my list. I hope you found this helpful. And yeah, man, I hope I get to cruise. I am so looking forward to being on the Wish. I will be going on the pre-inaugural cruise. So yeah, not the first inaugural cruise, which is July 14th. I'll be going on the one before that, kind of like a tester cruise. And I'm super duper excited, and I'm extremely thankful to Disney for giving me this opportunity. But yeah, pretty exciting, guys. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it helpful. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications for more videos. Like this video and comment. I know there's other things to pack on a Disney cruise. I was trying to leave the obvious things like swimsuits out of it, but what else would you have added to my top 20 list? Let me know in the comments. And of course, please look out, because once I am on this Wish, we will have lots and lots of Disney Cruise Line vlogs coming up, not to mention with Nina's tips and tricks for cruising after I get back. So yeah, super exciting, guys. And as always, mahalo for watching. Nina out.